Hey everybody, welcome to Amateur D&D, the podcast where we play Dungeons & Dragons, fuck around, and try not to find out. So join me, DM David, as my friends...
Jason!
Dustin!
Hannah!
Josh!
Derek!
Journey through my world in the Lenore campaign, Reign of the Lich.
December 17th? It's been like
December
a month
17th?
since we played.
Well, that's
a
about 3
long
weeks,
ass
probably,
time.
but...
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, closer to a month now.
Everybody get what they
Well,
wanted for Christmas.
It's only been like 2 weeks.
I have this dated, but that's not good for the recording. Nobody cares about that.
It's definitely been 2 weeks.
Well, what do you guys think of the new room?
I
like
like
it.
it. Is that my? I like my mug. What is that? A cat? Oh, I can't get.
I must be an alcoholic or something. I have 3 mugs.
Yeah, that should be my
neither-
square. That's clay.
Right.
That's clay territory right there.
Hey everybody!
Hey!
Well,
Welcome to
hello.
Amateur D&D, the game where everything's made up and the points don't matter.
Hey,
Yeah.
I love that.
I think that's actually something
That
else.
takes me back.
whose line is it anyway?
Yeah, I was about to say. No, I know that. That's a core memory of mine. It's in
That's a
there. I
good
used to
one.
love that show.
Well, let's go ahead and kick her off here, everybody, so we can get to playing since we have not in some time.
Well, DM, I like your new DM tablet thing you got going on there.
Thank you. Yeah, I have my whole thing. It looks like we're just all sitting here together,
Just hanging out at the table.
just hanging out. Yeah, let's go ahead and roll for initiative here, everybody.
Oh, I spilled my
Uh,
drink over everything. Oh.
Oh my god, I did that at the beginning once too.
No.
We've got Dusty Buns.
Hello, I'm Dustin, and I play Elron. I actually rolled a nat 20, so I got a 23.
Woo, big roller coming out the gates after the big break.
Well, some of
next
us need that.
Next up, we've got Jason.
Hello, I play Clay Sterling the Fourth, and I rolled a 16.
16. Third, we've got Hannah.
Hannah. I play Airless, and oh god, I got a 6.
Hey, it's worse than
It
last time.
was- Yeah.
It means you get to see what everybody else has done before you get in
See,
there.
that it's actually a good thing.
Yeah, tactical maneuver.
That's what I
Exactly.
did.
Sitting next to her at the table here, we've got Derek.
Hello, hello. I'm Derek, and I play Snickerdoodle. I have an initiative of 11 this turn around.
My favorite number. And last but not least, we've got Josh.
Hey, I'm Josh, and I played Chase, and I got a big old 8.
8-ball. Shit, it's in fucking gateway drug. Of
No,
course,
I told you
I'm-
I don't do any of that fake stuff. All natural, man.
Oh my god. I am your dungeon master, David, who will be rolling for Nimble Pimbly here. He got a nat 1.
Oh.
Nice,
So
pinball.
he's gonna have a 2.
Atta boy.
Yep. So yeah, now that we have gotten to that, I suppose since it's been so long, I should probably remind you guys what happened last time
Please.
on Amateur D&D.
Mm-hmm.
Previously on Amateur D&D, our heroes fought through tidal waves and firewalls in order to defeat Arcadius, aka the Zabard, and a disguised Cambion posing as the warehouse's foreman, as well as saving Nimble in the process. After searching the warehouse and discovering the dead body of the dockmaster Alaric, the party snuck out and blended into a crowd heading towards the Salty Spark alchemy shop, which was ablaze. They were shocked when the shop's owner Lyra told the gathering crowd that the protectors were responsible for the fire and the death of Captain Alaric. At that moment, an old tiefling pulled Clay into an abandoned house. Once the party followed, he told them he was sent by Snickerdoodle's grandparents to get them there as quick as possible because there was some sort of plot against our heroes. We take you now to that abandoned house.
What kind of plot are you talking about, man?
Are you talking to me?
Oh yeah, it was a little quiet, so I thought I'd ask. Everyone was a little lull in the
Oscar.
conversation. Feel like I zoned out for like 2.5 weeks or something. So
You gotta stay off the catnip, buddy.
yeah, sorry. I just started thinking. Anyway, Yeah, so is someone after us or his parents? Wait, we gotta see his parents?
You need to see his grandparents. His parents are not here.
And where are they?
It's who?
His
The
grandparents.
grandparents?
Well, they're at Stout's Brewery, of course.
Oh, so we gotta go see them at
Well,
Stout's Brewery.
Boy,
And
did you
then-
say brewery?
Yes,
I'm
I
pretty
did.
sure he did.
I did do a little heel click.
Wrong character.
I think you should make him roll dexterity.
How many
Performance check
pints?
on that heel click.
Yeah, you're bloodied, and how many pints have you had?
Nat 1.
Oh no! No!
Yeah, Clay, how do you fail your heel click?
I think I almost do a flip, but then land on my head.
Oh,
Oh,
It looks
Ouch.
like I just put like way too much effort into it. I was super confident. It's like, brewery? Bam, right on my face.
this guy kind of looks at you, kind of shocked, and he kind of looks up at Sticker and was like, "Okay, that was weird, but please, you have to get out of here. I think they're going to try to blame you for all of this."
Where do
Well,
we go?
this was kind of our fault, so we should probably get out of here.
yeah. We
Where
should
do we
probably
go? Which way?
brewery it.
Oh, you have to go south to Axes.
Okay. Which is the safest way to get out of here, though?
Well, that's a very good question. I suggest that you probably just sneak.
Oh, God.
It's gonna go great, Elron.
I picked
Okay.
myself up from the
I'm gonna
floor
dust
and I'm
my
just like, I can
feathers
sneak.
on your
I
head.
better be ready to get into a battle with like 20 tieflings. Here we go.
All right, let's go. Let's keep him
It'll be
like
all right.
at the end so we
Hey,
can like
real quick.
potentially kind of. And we'll
Real
come
quick,
back.
just
for
so
you.
y'all know, magic-wise, I'm oddly tapped out of my lowest spells, but I can't help anyone with pass without a trace. I can't help a sneak.
So fun enough, that did just happen. You're casting Pass Without a Trace. That
No,
still
I
carries
can't.
to right. No, that still carries from last episode.
Oh,
That
did I
was
pass it
literally-
last episode?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
okay.
we snuck out of the.
And you
tried
blended
to
with the
sneak
crowd
out.
without anybody
Pitchfork.
noticing you.
Okay,
So-
thank you. Thank you for that
so-
reminder.
Basically,
Oh, yeah.
because I was just listening, like, it doesn't make sense for them to have just rolled that, been pulled into this house, and then all of a sudden they just don't. Their Pass Without a Trace is gone? Bullshit. You guys still have Pass Without a Trace. So, no, you're not going to have to fight an army of tieflings.
Oh, man. I kind of wanted to.
I know, me too.
I'm so sorry.
I don't really want
Isn't
to
Clay
do
like
that.
beat the
man.
fuck up, or are we all better now?
Well, everybody's healed. Should be healed up now.
Where did we take a
Fearless.
long rest?
So no,
Well, we
but
just
if you
leveled up.
recall, when you leveled up, you should also get all your points back. So Aerolus and Chase, both of you guys, go ahead and just go to your full HP.
But no spell slots.
No.
No, everything.
So it's like a long rest then, or
Correct.
no?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
So
Yes. A
then
level
just
up.
click long rest and call it good.
It's the reward, right? You guys have earned this. You don't just get it and then you suck and you can't use your shit right away. That's stupid.
I just
Wait,
wanted
I
to
would
make sure that
lose-
even things
Very
that
funny.
say only when you get a long rest you get to do.
Mm.
That's why I'm double checking that that's like
Yes.
a thing. Okay.
Yep.
I would
you guys
lose
are good
my
there.
my temporary hit points, so I would lose those. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a
Those
full
would go bye-bye.
factory
Yep.
reset.
Yeah.
Great.
Just
I really
basically-
appreciate that because I had already changed my spells, but I forgot I can only do that on a long rest. I can add spells, but that all worked out great, so
Perfect.
it's done.
Yeah. So this guy is. He tells you his name is Oscar. He has been sent by Snickerdoodle's grandparents. They have caught word. Captain Alark basically died because he was telling everybody, like you had told him to spread the word. And Axes is only like 20-30 minute walk down the river. Didn't take long for it to spread. Well, you guys, took your long rest and whatnot, and then had your big adventure this morning, really.
And we got him murdered.
Got him murdered. Well,
Oops.
he's a big boy.
Well,
He knew the
Well.
dangers.
His choices.
But yeah, he basically is, has been sent here to basically say, hey, like, your grandfolks need to talk to you. Like, you're in danger. Something's going on.
right? So are we
We need,
consensus
we need to get sneaking
down the river?
down the road.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you guys go to head out. Snickerdoodle, right before you do, Oscar takes you aside, and you of course recognize his robes. He is an Ilmatari. He is clergy to the god Ilmater. And he takes you and he says, "I know that your faith in your power is fading, but the broken god has not lost faith in you. Remember your roots, and your strength will return." And with that, you guys kind of peek your head out, Scooby-Doo style. Look around. Everybody's kind of seems still like everything's like right now. The alchemy shop is popping off. Right, there was lots of questionable concoctions inside that store, so it's almost like both a fire and fireworks show. So people aren't sure whether to be upset about it or to just kind of stand around and enjoy it. So you guys are able to.
Sure.
kind of just mosey on out as you guys finally leave Valenport. That was not intended to be a town that you were in for so many episodes.
We have a tendency.
Oops.
Yeah, so the travel to Axes will take you about 30 minutes. And as you guys are walking alongside the river, you easily blend in to the throngs that are kind of wandering aimlessly between Valenport and Axes. There's a gloom that seems to kind of hang over the denizens as you make your way past rows and rows of weathered tents and ramshackle shelters. Many of them rarely even lift their gaze from the ground as they kind of shuffle past, right? They kind of look beaten down. The scene kind of repeats itself as you start to see houses and buildings growing on the horizon, the ruddy tower of the Red Keep rising from the center of town. Do you guys talk about anything on your short journey there?
And we're moving to Axes, right?
Correctamundo?
Yeah.
I do have a question. So we've been going through these fights. Would any of us have noticed that Snickerdoodle's magic has been kind of slightly off?
I would definitely say so, but if you would like to make it fun, let's go ahead and have everybody just roll a perception because you are in the heat of battle. So I don't know what you're actually paying attention to. Everybody give me a perception check just to see, retroactively, just to see if you guys have noticed this. And it is going to be a DC 20 to see if you notice it. And that's mainly just because I want to make Chase roll for it too.
Do I need?
I got the worst. I rolled
No, you know.
Can I perceive that there's something going on?
Yeah,
like,
give me an insight difficulty 5.
I hope I got all my bad rolls out of the way. I rolled a 2 plus
I rolled
8,
a
so
4.
10.
I rolled a 4 plus 4, so
You rolled an 18 plus 3.
Nice.
I've done 18 plus 4.
Ah, damn it!
So,
I thought
yeah.
this was our moment. This is my moment.
I snatched it. You're like, look at this, and it's mine.
This is fun being able to look at you guys like this. This is better than it was before. Yeah, so definitely Clay and Airless have kind of noticed that something's been off with Snickerdoodle's magic.
and I can't really
think
ask the
we,
question
on
now.
You can just be like, "Hey, how's everybody doing?"
Yeah. Hey, how's everybody been doing? We've been doing a lot of battling. We've had some fights.
Yeah, and Snickerdoodle's
Well, I've been doing pretty
magic's
good,
kinda...
Mister. Oh my gosh, Elron! I forgot your name. I appreciate you asking. I tell you what, it was pretty scary back there for a while. I thought maybe I was going to die, and then I don't remember.
I know, Nimbly. I'm so sorry I hit you.
We thought you were gonna lose your sending stone. You know?
Oh god, yeah, Nimbly. I feel
Elron.
so bad about
And
that.
then he
Nimbly,
took
but-
it from me.
That
Yeah,
rat
and that's
bastard.
rough. Goodness, and we're so glad you're back, Nimbly Pimply.
Me too.
I want to elbow our friend Tiefling here and be like, "Hey man, you doing okay, Snicks?" I call him Snicks. I don't know.
I've been
I like
better.
that.
I think we need to get going. I think we need to get to the brewery and we need to get in touch with my grandparents and see
I
what's
want to make
going on.
eye contact with Airless, like kind of like make like a knowing glance, like we both sense something, right?
Yeah.
Like you saw that too, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What
Alright.
do you
Are you
mean?
like you're
what do you
not
mean you've
feeling
been-
great? Like you're missing your family, or like something is just not right with your magic?
I mean, in general, something's not right. Like,
Are you like feeling?
What do you mean,
are
man? You feeling
feverish?
sick?
Yeah, we can like get you a cold washcloth. I'm sure they got crackers.
I start digging in my
somewhere.
bag. Like, I got peppermint oil. I got
I don't-
laxseed
I don't-
extract.
Chamomile tea.
I don't think anything you have is gonna help. I feel perfectly fine. Things just aren't working the way
I've
they
already got
should.
peppermint oil on my hands. I'm like, are you
Hey
sure?
man,
Like,
my dad used to say that to my mom all the time.
I put my
Question.
hand over his face again.
Chase,
Are you having
Chase.
issues like Nimbly's dad, or is this?
No, I don't think so.
No, you don't think. I like that you're not super sure though. Like that might.
Well,
need to
I
be
don't
explored.
know his situation exactly.
So,
I think we
Chase,
know.
you have detect magic, right?
yeah, man, I can detect magic stuff.
Weird. Not trying to metagame, but is it like a cantrip?
Oh no, man, I have to actually use like, nah, it's not one of my like a throwaway
Well, like
things.
I
have to like.
I can use my
energy.
magic.
Okay.
That's great.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, anytime
Does
I
it
use
just
it,
like
all of you
feel
guys
funny
light.
coming out? Like when you're like, oh, I want to do this
We're just
magic, but another
concerned for
magic
you.
comes out.
I don't know the answer. I just have intel that says
You have intel
my
from
grandparents, my grand.
Aren't we?
All
friends?
right, guys. We always
You
we all
could
get our
from-
shit real quick. And I'll
from
be
the
honest,
last
Elrond,
person
anytime I
we
detect
spoke
magic,
to.
all you guys light up except except Clay. Clay doesn't light up, but all of you guys light up
we'll
a
get
little
you
bit.
You
like
light up my
a-
world, Mr. Clay.
Thanks,
Yeah,
but
it's like we'll get you like a light up glow stick necklace or something.
I wouldn't say no.
Snickerdoodle, you could do an insight check to see if you can figure out what's going on with you, or what you might think is going on with you.
Okay. Well, I would love to do that.
Now that we're talking about it.
Now that
Yeah,
we're
man.
actually...
Hey, man. I wish I hope you feel better, man. I'm gonna like rub you on your back and cast guidance.
How about a 22?
Oh.
Plus,
I like that you're
roll a
gonna
d4.
like gently rub him.
Roll a d4, add it to it, because you
I
already
might
have
as
it.
well.
All right. Yeah, let's Ooh. All right, let's make that a 26.
Nice. Yeah, so Aerolus is kind of questioning you about this, and you kind of keep saying, oh, I don't know, we just got to go because, you're kind of embarrassed, you don't know, and then it just hits you all of a sudden, this memory of, not a memory, but a dream you had in which Gargoth came to you, turned into the Lich, and then said he was going to start revoking your power since you said you don't need him anymore.
And that's his god? Is that Gargoth?
That was his patron, yeah, or patron,
Okay.
yeah. I was about to say Patreon.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
So just go to our Patreon and yeah.
we do not have a Patreon.
No, we do
Eric.
not.
Eric.
I'm just
Okay.
going to start addressing him.
Oh my god, directly.
Okay.
Let
Thank
him
you for
know.
listening.
What I want to do then doesn't matter because it's not.
So
Good job.
Snickerdoodle, so do you know what's wrong with you? You seem
Well-
it looks like there was a spark in your eye and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I know." Do you want to tell
Yes,
us?
but I'm also
Art.
I'm also a little confused because am I not like isn't Gargoth an issue? Like isn't that part of the problem? Is I'm not supposed to necessarily want to be following him anymore?
So, yes. So, I'm just going to spell it out for you in a roundabout way because you got a 26. So, basically, Gargoth had tricked you, as you know previously. Gargoth was not Gargoth.
Yes.
Gargoth was this Lich.
Yep.
Your power basically derived from him. He was giving a little bit of what he has and pouring it into you, and that allows you to connect to the weave in order to cast magic. So right now, what you feel like is the reason this is kind of going topsy-turvy is because this power is leaving you. It's almost like you have a gas tank, and it's just been slowly going down. So every time you cast something, because you're pulling from a depleting reservoir, it's almost becoming wild in its effects. You're unable to all the time. Sometimes you're able to pull it out just fine. I do a little roll to decide, and sometimes it's just you're pulling from nothing, and you're basically confusing the weave in a way. So it's not quite sure what you're trying to like conjure or what you're trying to cast. And so that's what's affecting you right now.
He's kind of like Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3. He's just like,
Yeah, when he can't get his rocks off.
Yeah, exactly. that play exists in this universe.
Yes, it does.
Or Neville
As does the
Longbottom.
wise bard, Tobey Maguire.
So,
There you go.
with my insight of remembering this dream, I'm going to share that with everybody and be like, so this is what it is. However, I still don't know how to solve it. So,
I feel like we should go to your
another,
grandparents.
outside of finding another
Oh my
patron to
God,
pray
I
to,
got
we
it.
should,
Miss Airless,
yeah,
that's
we
an
should-
excellent idea. I can't believe nobody else
Yeah.
even thought of that.
I
Maybe
know,
they can
like,
help.
I got you guys. We gotta go find his grandparents.
I was gonna say I might have a certain magic person who gave me my powers. So
Oh, well, like, you could offer that up instead of standing over there. Like,
well, that's I'm talking about it right now.
Oh, well, then there
Well,
we go.
man, if you
I'll
did
allow
so
something
I'm on
to
the
loot,
market.
look, man, look, man, my parents taught me a long time ago that if you say something that you wish you could take back, you gotta start by apologizing, honestly. And I gotta say, with most gods, sometimes it's like you gotta be humbled a little bit if it's affecting your literal
Yeah,
life.
but if this is an evil one, we ain't gonna apologize to
Yeah,
that.
you're gonna apologize to the devil?
It was
Whoa,
literally the lich.
whoa.
So like,
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
the lich murdered us.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, so what? The lich gave you your sorcerer powers?
Man, where's this catnip
Yes.
taking you, bro?
Oh, I thought it was just someone who turned like into the shape of the lich, not the literal lich is the one who's gave you your literal powers. Like, didn't you have
Other
these
way, yeah.
powers? Wait, say it again.
Like, other way around. The lich was disguised as said patron.
Okay,
Oh.
so yeah, so he's not the lich, man. I mean, sure, he's not great, but my point is like, what would you be without him? And I think that's the point he's trying to make to you, man.
What? No, like, the lich was
Like,
the
The
Yeah,
lich
the
lich
is
lich-
was pretending to be the god that Snickerdoodle thought he was.
but his
pledging
his actual literal patron is the lich.
No.
Yes.
That's what I'm.
Yes.
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 Okay,
yes.
I keep
I
hearing
mean, yes.
This
different
is so in
answers to that
character for
question.
him.
Yes.
I-
You guys are also
I-
answering
No,
the same
absolutely
questions
not.
with different answers.
He
But-
pledged to the lich technically, but he thought he was pledging to someone else, Gargoth.
Oh, like the other tieflings did.
Yes, so he thought he was doing that, and then it was like, oh fuck, and then he got murdered by him, and then he's like, hey, go fuck yourself, and then the lich is like, actually, I'm just gonna like siphon out your magic, and so.
So if it's that same guy, maybe you need someone new to find.
Maybe
Well,
we
but
need to
that's
go
why he
find
said he's
Garga.
single and ready to mingle, but his gas tank's
Yeah,
all
baby.
low, and
But maybe
we gotta
we
find
need
his
to go.
grandparents or whatever Elrond's got cooked up his
Or you
sleeve.
could go
I don't know
find
why I
the
said cooked up his sleeve, but there's like eggs
Actual-
up there.
But you could go find the actual Gargoth, and not the Lich.
I'm
Maybe
not
that
against
would work.
any of that, but I don't know if we know where he's at.
Okay, what does your heart tell you?
It's a
That
god.
we should go find
No,
my
not your heart,
grandparents at the
Elrond.
brewery
Demigod.
and see if they have any insight onto what's happening to other tieflings around here.
That's a good idea. That's so smart. I'm gonna start following Snickerdoodle as my god.
Perfect.
Oh, Mr. Clay,
I don't know if you
finished
heard,
a
but I
couple
don't have much power
flagons.
right now.
Oh, I did. You're right. No, I would never betray Moradun. I slurred my god's name.
Oh my god, did you like look at it like on your wrist? You're like,
Yeah.
It's like on
Moradun.
a. I love that. So yes,
I
he has like a
did.
little
I have-
bracelet with notepads.
Yeah. What would Moradin do?
Yeah.
Or like the Always Sunny episode where they have the T-shirt where they're trying to break Wade Boggs' record and they put tally marks for every beer they drink.
Yes.
I have notes.
You're doing a great job, Clay. You just follow us, buddy.
Yeah, so you guys.
Off to Grammy and Grands. Let's go.
Away we go.
Yeah, so you guys by now, through your conversation, you have reached the city itself. As you walk through Axes, you do notice that the overcrowding here is worse than Valenport. It's a veritable 10th city combined with the original structures. You do get a few quizzical looks as you make your way to Stout's Brewing, but nobody really seems to recognize you or at least stop you. Snickerdoodle, you kind of lead them through the busy streets, passing buildings and homes that you remember being in good condition but now look neglected. You eventually arrive at an intersection surrounded by larger buildings with a fountain in the middle. Like the rest of town, you see refugee tents mixed in with vendor stands, and above the door of one of the few well-kept buildings is a painting of a beer mug with a sign underneath that reads Stout's Brewing. A long line of patrons runs out the door and into the side street.
Are
You
they
hear what they're- why
screaming
they're saying anything, or-
saying
Yeah.
anything? Yeah.
No, like a line. Right?
Yeah, like just like a line of people out the door.
They're not like running from it, right?
No, they're just lined up.
Are they
Yeah.
saying anything as we walk by them?
I
People-
understand because I used the word like a line that runs.
Yeah, no, somebody was
literally
like,
runs.
are they screaming? It's like, no, they're
Yeah.
waiting for beer, right?
Let's go. I want to
Gotcha.
get in line. I want to get in line. I want to get in this brewery.
What?
We
No.
we know the owners. We
yeah,
don't have to get in line.
Snickerdoodle, can you?
Yeah, I
can you
think-
get us to
yeah.
the front.
Yeah, we're just gonna walk past the line and walk in.
Yeah. Nobody seems to try to stop you from just walking in, and you walk through the large double doors of Stout's Brewing. You're immediately consumed by the welcoming aromas, a mix of sweet, malty grain, slightly yeasty, with hints of herbs and spices, the familiar smoky scent of a burning fireplace, and what can only be the smell of fresh potato soup. You see that the line that extends through the door actually leads to long tables up against the wall that have tieflings serving fresh bread and soup to those that are queued up there. The interior is clean, but kind of like a rustic-looking tavern. There's high ceilings with iron chandeliers to help light the brewery, beneath which are many tables filled with regular patrons. At the back of the large room is a bar with tapped barrels lining the wall. And a door to the back of the room is behind the bar, and as you're kind of taking in this scene, two elderly tieflings walk through the door carrying a large pot of soup. Snickerdoodle, you immediately recognize your grandparents.
Nana and Papa!
Oh shit, man. Where?
Snickerdoodle, is that you?
Oh my god, they look just like you.
I'm gonna run
Have a
over and
hand
give
with this
my
soup,
grandma a
please,
hug.
young man.
Oh my god,
Nope,
soup?
I'm gonna go over, grab the soup, set it on the ground, give Grandma a hug.
Oh yeah, they hug you back, both of them. Oh my goodness, it's so great to see you.
It's been a long time. Way too long.
Chase is eyeing that soup.
You're not
Oh.
supposed to put soup on the ground. It needs to be 6 inches off the ground.
Do something about it.
I will. Watch me, and I pick it up, and I go and take it to the fucking table.
Oh,
Gladly.
thank you, young lady. We appreciate that. Snickerdoodle's grandpa says.
She knows a lot about that food safety stuff. It's kind of weird for a bird, but she does.
Well, I believe she's actually an Aarakocra. I think it's a little
Oh.
derogatory
Don't
to
be
just call her a bird.
racist, cat.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
I don't
now-
care so much when people call me cat, though. That's why I forget. That's my bad, though.
That's okay. You and I are tight.
It's
fine.
probably because we've seen him be a monkey too.
Yeah.
I can be
a
a lot.
crocodile. Lots of
That's
things.
why I tell all my dates, I can be whatever you want, girl.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so they kind of watch you guys kind of do this little bicker back and forth here. But then they quickly rush you to a table. They introduce themselves as Florentine and Garibaldi. And immediately they are shoving food in your face. They're filling up flagons and handing them out to you, and just basically trying to pour stuff down your throat, and they're over here like, oh, Snickerdoodle, this is quite a lovely young Aarakocra. Any chance of marriage in the future? I would always think it would be great for you to get married someday.
You do know I'm a Ken doll. I'm non-binary with nothing down there.
Oh no, I was there with you when you were born. It is quite odd, but I just, her, him, whoever you want. I just really think it'd be great if you could maybe settle down. I think it'd be good for you. I know that you've been gone for a while, but you know what? You're back. It's time to...
Snickerdoodle, would you wear the white? We could both wear white. We could both, have the dress.
This could
and the whole
work.
thing.
This could work. Yeah,
would
it's possible.
rock
It's
it.
possible then.
Like the
All
dress
right,
with the tie. I would need to learn how to tie one, but we'll get there.
My grandpa can do that. He's got us.
Perfect, we got it. All right, we're set up.
I would like.
Yeah,
I would
Garibaldi
love
is
to-
hushing Florentine, oh, that's enough. We don't need to talk about this. That's enough.
Yeah,
We
okay.
later on do like a side session where we all have our fantasies of marrying Snickerdoodle. Like, what would that be
Like the episode of Scrubs.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, yeah.
I'm gonna need a
What would that be
proper
like?
proposal from each one of you, and then we'll talk.
Oh, I will blow it out of the water. I'm gonna win.
I don't care about sex at all.
Baby.
Does that help?
You think
You're
Airless
heading the
goes,
right
this
direction.
is just a competition.
I once walked in on my parents and they were doing something.
Put my hand over his face.
You shouldn't walk in on your parents, Nimbly. That never. They're either arguing or doing probably what you
Other
saw.
things.
They didn't know I was there.
Oh God.
Oh, Nimbly!
I don't know if that makes it better.
That's so much
I'm
worse.
Bumble.
He's too drunk. I take his flagon from him.
Oh my
No,
god.
that was a whole pint.
Oh my god.
I know.
We see.
So yeah, you guys are sitting there, just being absolutely bombarded by grandparenting.
Chase
they
is
kinda tell
inhaling
you-
food. Just inhaling everything
just
that
going
he can
down,
get.
yeah. And as soon as you do, Florentine already has another plate in front of
More.
you. It's ridiculous. And she's doing all of this while they're also out working as well. It's quite impressive. They do look pretty old, but they are lively.
Oh, can I smoke in here?
Oh, of course you can, dear.
Ah!
And she flips out a wooden lighter that lights up immediately. And she lights it for you.
Oh, oh, appreciate that. You want some?
I've got my own.
Oh, hell yeah!
Nana comes prepared.
But yeah, they kind of, do let you in on kind of what, their situation is right now. You guys have noticed that the people that are coming through that line that you passed by aren't actually coming up to the bar or sitting at the tables. They're just there, it seems to be getting soup and bread. And she tells you that since the overcrowding's been happening, they've been using the brewery to basically be a soup line for a lot of the refugees in town, just kind of helping out wherever they can. A lot of times people will donate the food that they give out so that the brewery doesn't have to foot the cost, but sometimes they do pay for the food themselves just to try to help out anybody that might want a warm meal that's not able to get one, out in the tent city area and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty cool that you guys are just helping everyone out. Just sucks that it's that rough.
Well, it's what the crying god would want.
The what?
Who's the crying?
The what?
Tell me more about said crying god.
Oh, Snickerdoodle. How many times have I told you these stories while you've been going to bed? No. And Garibaldi's trying to make him excited. No, he needs to hear this. Snickerdoodle, you very well know that I am a follower of Ilmater and have encouraged you to be so, even when you decided to take on that false god as your patron.
Right.
Well, yeah, about that.
I am
that's-
very well aware of what came of that, young Snickerdoodle. I have been without you for the last 20 years. I can't help but think that it's something to do with him.
Yeah, we were dead. He
Yeah,
murdered us for the last 20 years.
Yeah, nope.
And
Parents told me all about it.
how do they know? Where are they at?
Your
they were
parents
first of all
probably love you.
they were in the crowd when you were being killed.
Well, yes, but where are they now?
Well, you don't know where they've gone. They've gone to the gate. They've been summoned. There are ambassadors that we sent out.
Those are fake ambassadors.
So is
Yeah,
it-
I don't know. We met people that were impersonating them, but I don't know if or where they're at unless they made it around to the gate.
Oh, that makes sense. They probably had somebody that were covering for them. You see, the Ember Veil has been out for them ever since the news came that the Resistance was trying to send out for ambassadors.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Well,
Um,
we need
what are
to.
these
we need-
ambassadors for?
Well, that's just the thing. And she pulls out this letter from the Resistance, of course, signed by Mama Ruth.
Hey.
And basically, it's lining out that there is a call from the Resistance for ambassadors from each race to meet at the gate to discuss some sort of upcoming plan. It was pretty vague, and as you guys kind of read through it, it does seem pretty vague. Like they don't want anybody to know exactly what's going on, just in case it falls into the wrong hands. But basically, something is going to be happening, is the gist you get. And they want representatives of all of the races in order to make a decision.
Clay's pretty drunk at this point and just like elbows the grandpa's like, hey, that's my mom. It's my mom right there.
Oh, well, good for you, Sean. That's, she is quite the woman, if I do say so myself.
Oh, I dig.
Oh, you just stop that, would you? I'm just saying, I call them like I sees them. Yeah, so, yeah, anything you guys want to do? You guys are just kind of hanging out there, you're watching everybody, patrons are coming in. Everybody seems to be in a lot better spirits inside here than you've seen the entire time on the Pebble, right? It's been pretty dreary. Essentially, you know, there's homeless people everywhere because they were kicked off the main island where, you know, they had lived for generations. And you heard... Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, are Nana and Papa not concerned that Snickerdoodle's parents were impersonated and now we don't know where they are? Did they not seem very concerned by that news?
They seem to think that made sense. They're like, oh yeah, it makes sense that somebody was pretending to be them so that they themselves would not be in danger.
Well, where would
So
they?
my question
would
to
they
them
be
would
then?
be, are they then, do you think they're like past that? Are they already there and these people came after, or they're going a different route, or?
Oh no, they went the same route. So they're pretty sure that if the decoys were caught, that his
they
They got
parents
past. Okay.
got past just fine.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
That makes more sense. I was like, they do not seem upset that they're missing. Okay.
Concerned, worried.
But they're not missing. They likely, or they are assuming, they got past.
So, is our conversations being heard by everybody at this moment?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
how
you
loud
are
we
in
being?
a relatively packed brewery here, with, again, you know, a large line of people coming for bread and soup and stuff like that, as well as regular patrons.
Okay. So,
so
is there
it's
any
We're all
way
kind
that,
of sitting at a table, aren't we?
yeah,
Correct,
is there
yes,
any way
yes.
that we can like take Grandma and maybe
Nana and Papa?
Yeah, sorry, Nana and Papa.
There we go.
Can we take one of them, I guess, to like the back kitchen where there's nobody to kind of tell her what's going on, so we don't draw any attention to the rest of the crowd?
Have you tried
So-
asking Nana? She's right
So
here.
someone else can tell her.
What? You don't want to talk to Nana?
Well,
Hey,
I'm
Snickers,
just saying, like,
Snickers.
I-
Tell your grandma we gotta go talk to her in the back. We got shit.
I mean, I can
No,
do that
I'm gonna
because I
be-
want to talk to my grandma more to start with because I need to figure out this
Oh.
crying god.
Well, she's
that's
right
what
here.
I'm wondering.
Literally,
If
tell her.
maybe
tell her.
just
Let's go
one
back.
of us does that. Maybe Snickerdoodle
Oh yeah,
should
Snickers,
just
go talk to your grandma.
Snickerdoodle, talk to your grandma. Snickerdoodle.
Snickerdoodle,
We're all like elbowing you. Snickerdoodle, Snickerdoodle.
As you guys are kind of like doing all this, Florentine kind of leans forward and goes, I'm really sorry to I forgot what voice I was doing for her. We'll just figure it out later. I'm sorry to kind of cut you guys off here, but Snickerdoodle, is there any chance that I could talk to you in the back in private?
Snickerdoodle.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, so she gets you guys another round. Make sure everybody's plates are full, plenty to gnaw on, as she and Snickerdoodle go to the back.
Yeah,
Hey,
we
real
get the
quick,
bar dice
DM.
out.
Yeah. Dice is fine. DM, I want to actively kind of look around and see if I see any of these Embervale people around, or if I see someone who looks like they're kind of looking around too much. Like any of the people I think are snooping out. I'm kind of just on the lookout for these guys because I don't trust them. I don't know this area well. I don't know what they would be dressed like or look like. But I'm trying to look for shady people in the
Okay.
area.
Well, I tell you what, let's go ahead and just roll for it. Go ahead, you're actively looking around, so let's say investigation.
Investigation is not as good. 9.
Not investigation. You're looking around, and like you said before, you know that they don't necessarily wear a whole lot of like distinctive clothing, right? When you were at the inn and you saw a bunch of them sitting with guards, they seemed dressed more like commoners than anything else. No, logo or anything like that.
Yeah.
So as you kind of scour the brewery, you don't really see anything that sticks out to you as odd or dangerous behavior.
Gotcha. Okay. All
So,
right.
yeah.
What kind of dice games do you know? I don't know dice games.
As you guys,
It's making you paranoid, brother, and we play games.
so you guys can go ahead and do some roll-offs against each other while Snickerdoodle and his grandma go in the back.
I have a dice set.
Go ahead and put your rolls in the chat as we discuss what Snickerdoodle does.
What rolls?
Ooh.
What do we roll?
Just roll fucking
Just
20.
roll 20. See who gets highest, man. Nice.
Oh shit, where's my chat?
Love it.
Well, I think Chase
Wow.
won.
Wow.
Oh my god, yeah, I think he won.
Elrond's just like 8.
I like the 69 though.
That was good.
Nice.
Yeah. So as you guys are playing the game, Chase seems to be just coming out on top. All the luck his way. Snickerdoodle. Florentine takes you into the back. Of course, very familiar kitchen, hasn't changed a bit in 20 years. And she kind of takes you close and she goes, Snickerdoodle, I need you to know. I know that you don't trust in the broken god, but Il Mater sent me a message. And she tells you about this dream that she had. She tells you that the broken god came to her and told her that her grandson would be returning. That's why she was not shocked to hear through this grapevine that you were on the Pebble. She has always wanted you to follow the path of the Ilmatari, and as you know, she was very saddened when you got caught up in the worship of Gargoth. But in this dream, Ilmater told Florentine that evil is on the rise on the Pebble, and if it was not stopped, it would possibly destroy the entire island. And he told me that you should go to Mount Amarth to ensure the heart of the island was not removed from its bowels. I don't know what that means, and the dream stopped there because gods are fickle bitches. Broken God be true, I love him so. But I don't know what else that means. Do you have any ideas?
I love that honesty.
I do not know off the top of my head. I do know that I've heard that the Ember Vale has made their way there, and that there might be more issues going on there.
Yes.
We have already dealt with some of the Ember Vale and Valenport, and may have disrupted a big part of their drug production and taken out at least one of their main captains from that area.
She looks very interested, and she kind of leans and goes, "Who did you take out? What do you mean?"
Does Zabard sound familiar?
You see her eyes get wide. She's like, "You took out Arcadius?"
Yes.
Okay. That's good. That's real good. Okay, good job. We did have reports that there was somebody else working in that area that might also be dangerous. Have you come across anybody else, or was it just the Zabard?
We definitely came across other people. I am not the best with names. I don't write everything down, but we definitely came across some other people that we had to deal with and take care of.
Oh, my snickerdoodle. Same as always.
Yes. Is there any like specific names? Is there somebody we should be looking for or keeping an eye out for? Because that was really the only way we found Zabard. Is luckily we had somebody help us find some intel.
Oh, I see. Very good. Well, I can only tell you, and of course, can we actually just, I think we should just bring your friends back here just so we can make sure that everybody's on the same page.
Absolutely. I'm just going to pop through the front and be like, guys, more beer back here. And just wave them back.
I run.
That way it's not super suspicious. Just
Clay,
like,
you see that there is a blur rushes past your waist as Nimble's darting for this back room.
Let's go, Nimble.
So Florentine brings you back here. Garibaldi goes about just kind of taking care of business inside the brewery there. And she's going to kind of tell you about what's kind of going on so far. So what she's noticed is what you guys have kind of heard, that this criminal organization called the Ember Vale has been growing steadily in power. Now, before they were being a lot more careful, right? They were very, very shady. But they have started like attacking people on the streets and stuff like that. And more recently, there had been a string of kidnappings. Stickdoodle, your parents were one of those intended to be kidnapped. The other ones were members of the Council of Nine. Now, word on the street is that these council members were found, that they're fine, and that they've returned to the Red Keep. But Florentine does not quite buy this. She finds it very suspicious.
Did
and
they
she's
have
also
necklaces on?
I wouldn't know what kind of jewelry they wear. No, young man, I'm so sorry. I actually don't know. Our young man, I can't tell with elves sometimes. You're always just so very fair. Oh, sweet, you should really get some sun, though. You're a bit peaked.
I'm loving Florentine. This lady's cool. I look at Snickerdoodle like he doesn't know her. This lady's cool.
I'm just going to look over to Elron and be like, she's from a different time.
It's this luscious skin. I can't help it.
Oh, you just maybe like a nice little sunburn to get you a little more rosy. See, like Snickerdoodle's nice complexion. You come here, Snickerdoodle, and she grabs your cheek and kind of pulls. You see, now this is almost like a Granny Smith apple. Now, it might be dangerous for you to get quite this ruddy, but if you just went out into the sun without any protection for maybe an hour, you could maybe start looking a little nicer.
Yeah, got to get that summer bod there, Elron.
Yeah.
It's just not how our culture is.
Okay, I guess some people could be wrong, and that's fine. So she's kind of like told you about that. She talks about, of course, what they've been doing to combat it. And this is where she gives you something a little bit juicy here. And she tells you about your parents' idea that they've been helping with, to help not only those on the Pebble, but they've also been secretly helping the Resistance. They've actually been using some of these weapons that have been donated to them to smuggle them inside of empty barrels to get them to the Resistance. And of course, this clicks with all of you, because when you were in Shadowkeep, there was barrels of snouts filled with weapons.
That's right.
And I have them in my bag of holding right now.
I say we took a bunch of them.
We took them from the wrong side.
You just can only do your best.
Yeah,
realistically.
but there's like how many people in this bar right now? We could just hand them a sword.
That is very true.
Idea.
That is
Very
a good
true.
call. I like that.
Do we trust everybody here to have a sword, though?
I don't trust anybody. I'm just
I
living my
mean,
best
do
life.
they look like they're gonna harm you? They haven't
I think
really told.
Yeah.
They haven't really like commented to us once yet. So
Everybody
they're
thinks
just here
they're-
for a meal. They just want,
Everybody thinks
till-
they're a good guy with a sword until, he's a bad guy with a sword.
Yeah.
That's
can
why
we
I don't
not make
touch
this
swords,
political?
man.
I know. I have like 10 of them in my bag of holding.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, and I have tiefling friends, but that doesn't mean I'm racist, right?
No, don't make it political.
You hear Chase humming with bread rolls in his mouth, like everyone's a little bit racist.
Yeah, so she basically kind of sums up the situation, and you guys have kind of told her what's going on so far. Are there any like clarifying questions or anything else that you guys wanted to ask her before we move on?
I mean, is there a good way to get like into the main center or the heart or the core of the Ember Vale?
She'll explain to you that she does not know who is leading the Ember Vale.
Dang, you're our best
Um,
bet to know.
She
Don't
will
be
say that
fucking rude.
No. I'm not. I mean, like, I meant that in an earnest way. Like,
Yeah.
she was our best bet to know how to do this. Like,
Oh yeah, no.
yeah.
she will say that she has noticed some odd things lately.
Oh, like what?
Number one, she tells you about the man that she actually bought the weapons from. His name is Korak, and he runs an armory that is actually on this same intersection called Brimstone Armories. But that he has recently fled to his shops in Bastion, and without a word to anybody. So she finds that very weird. She doesn't know that if this is an Embervale ploy, that maybe he's been kidnapped. She doesn't know, while she has always trusted him specifically, she doesn't know if this is some sort of sign of guilt. Basically, she doesn't know if this is like a neutral thing, a good thing, or a bad thing. She's like, the dude up and disappeared. We don't know why. The other thing that she finds odd, she had been friends, and your parents, Snickerdoodle 2, had been friends with the owner of another shop across the street called Infernal Silkworks. What do you want to call it? The owner and operator of this store was named Vithana Blackflame. And she had always been really close. Snickerdoodle, you would remember her growing up, always being very welcoming. She would come in, every once in a while and chat with everybody. A lot of times it seemed to be about policy stuff. Since these were large business owners, all three of them actually would influence policy of Council of Nine, which of course the Council of Nine, Snickerdoodle, you would be able to explain to everybody, is the ruling body on the Pebble. And for the last 15 or so years, she has just done a complete 180. She's seen cold in any interaction they have. She stopped coming in, and really she just kind of stopped appearing very much in public until recently, where she's been kind of working against the policies and stuff like that on the island that say the Stouts would have advocated for, would have lobbied for, right? She's kind of lobbying against what you guys do. She also explains that part of the reason that there is so much of a problem with overcrowding is that she was responsible for helping the council to pass this resolution that basically said nobody can touch any of these buildings, any of these abandoned houses in Valenport, because their refugees are hiding in axes away from all the pirate activity. So it's not fair that somebody else should live in their house while they're taking refuge in the city. And so it's the reason why, even though there's literally people in the streets of Valenport, there's all these abandoned buildings and houses that nobody's allowed to go into, otherwise they will be jailed by the guards. So she is seen to turn a little bit on that. So these two people who used to be kind of upstanding pillars of the business world, heavily influenced on policy, they're both acting very odd. And again, she doesn't know if it's like what the reason is, but she's just like, it's really eating up at her.
Boy,
Aren't
this lady
both of
sounds
them
like a
helping?
bitch.
Bitch.
There's a real door outside.
No, I feel you. Wait, hold on real quick. So we saw the silk weapons. We saw the silk barrels that were hiding weapons, and now we're hearing about literal weapons that we found, which just literally out of character for a second, is like, I'm just trying to remember now. Like the Brimstone Armory weapons, did we find them in more than one place, or was it only one place we found those?
So you found specific crates called Brimstone Armories when you were in the basement area of the warehouse.
Yeah, so okay. Thank you. That's all I need. So I really think like these guys are really mixed up with the Ember Bell pretty hard. Something's not right. They have to be.
I agree. I think we should go to the shops and see what we can find out.
Well, let's pop across the street and see.
I wonder how much they know.
As soon
about
as I'm
us
done
at this
talking to my
point.
grandmother about my magic, I still need to figure out a few more things on this.
Oh yeah, we're not rushing you out the door.
Yeah, so you guys, you guys can go back and sit down and get back to your drink and your eating and your rolling the dice.
Yeah, we need more dice games.
You ask her about this. You tell her what's been going on with you. And she says, Ilmater told me that he has a plan for you, Snickerdoodle, that you must prove yourself in a way that you have sacrificed, that you have suffered, and that he will reward you. But again, I don't know what exactly he wants you to do. He's just kind of telling me to tell you that you should go to that damn volcano. Pardon my tiefling.
Yeah, that's good enough. That's we'll start there. We'll see what we can figure out. I appreciate all the help and guidance that I should have listened to years ago.
No, Snickerdoodle, it's never a great time to say I told you so. But I did tell you so, as she kind of pinches your cheek.
And it's not the first time for that either.
Yeah, so he leads you back out to your group there, sitting. You see them playing dice games. How's it going for everybody?
Great.
Airless is killing us, man. It's not good. I have empty pockets.
The first game was close, but Airless ran us ragged on the last one.
Yeah, so you guys are kind of sitting there doing that. And of course they offer, they say, before you go anywhere, you said, I'll make sure you stay at the night, we get in a good night's rest and everything like that. I'll get you some breakfast in the morning and everything's going to be great. Of course, if you want to go check out, and as she's kind of talking to you, a town crier bursts through the door and he's being very loud.
That's his job.
Yeah,
It is his
good
job.
Crier.
So you immediately get your attention by this expert crier. And he is shouting the news of the day. He talks about the time, talks about the temperature. And then he goes on to say, in recent news, the Council of Nine has voted to disband and replace themselves with the High Chancellor. In other news, the High Chancellor has revealed that the Stouts are behind the Ember Veil and has issued an arrest warrant. And he kind of looks around. He realizes where he is. He kind of just slowly backs out.
Snickerdoodle, we should hide you.
Somebody
How's
should
the
grab
crowd
him.
reaction?
We should
For the
grab him.
Stouts?
We
No.
should grab him and get some information.
So
You
just
want to
everybody
snatch
around
him
is kind
now
of
that your arrest has been listed? I mean, I'm totally down.
Nobody else
but-
knows who I am right now,
Oh, that's
other than
fair. How?
other than my grandparents.
What's the crowd doing in the immediate after?
So they're kind of all looking around. Everybody is in kind of hushed but loud conversation. This is shocking. First of all, the council decided to disband. There's a high chancellor. What's going on? What are you talking about the Stouts? I'm here all the time. Like, the Stouts are fine. Like, nobody seems to understand exactly what's going on as the crier kind of exits through the front door, like backing up Homer style through the door.
But nobody seems like they're gonna start being all crazy and aggressive. Like
enough you notice. You see a couple of them are talking animatedly with Garibaldi, but it doesn't seem to be violent or anything like that.
All right,
you
then
said
I'm
you wanted
with
to try to.
Snickerdoodle. Let's hunt the crier down.
Yeah. So you guys.
Let's go.
Yep.
We're shuffling through the crowd. We're just
Shuffling,
trying to get out
I'm
of here.
sprinting.
Everybody's like, what, trying to looking at like what's going on. I don't know what's going on, And you guys make your way through the doors. And as you walk out, you see the crier is about 15, 20 feet out the door, kind of still shouting his news. But as he is leaving, you see a group of tieflings start approaching the front door. And they look at you all and they say, the protectors, huh? We've got an arrest warrant for you, too.
That wasn't
Lay
in
down.
the crier's news.
Come and get it, bitch.
No, hold on. It wasn't in the news.
With
It's not
that-
real if it's not on the internet.
Oh, man, you
Where
can't
the internet
arrest the
doesn't exist. If the
protectors.
crier didn't say it, it's not real, Elrond, so they can't arrest us. That's like God's law.
Yeah,
One of the
but
gods.
they said it, so it doesn't matter.
So
Chase size.
as he says this, you see 5 tieflings in regular clothing in front of you unsheathe their swords. Down the 2 roads that lead on either side of Stout's Brewing, you see 2 guards each on each side slowly pulling out their weapons as they make your way to you. Elrond, you are first in the turn order. What do you do?
The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon.
Sick.
I gotta find the fucking spiritual weapon thing again.
I want to put the weapon like right there for now because I can't use it until next round. And I'm going to back
So you
myself
put-
up.
Okay, so you're gonna put the spiritual weapon in front of the center tiefling.
Like right here, right smack dab in the center of us and the center of them.
Right in between the 2 groups. Gotcha.
Yep. So
All right.
like if they come into contact, like it's ready to go.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna back myself up a little bit. And that'll be my move.
All right, perfect. Yeah. Clay, basically, you just see Elrond conjure this magical sword in between you and the group of tieflings directly in front of you, and then kind of back up. What do you got going on?
Boy, I'm gonna charge up to here with these 2 right guys. I'm gonna pull out my hand axes and be
Nice.
like, you chose the wrong day to ruin my drinking. I'm gonna throw one right here at the guy on the far end.
Okay.
That's gonna be. I rolled a 17.
A 17 hits. Yeah. So you let loose your hand axe and you stick it right into his shoulder. It's always his shoulder because I don't know what else is like not gonna damage somebody so much,
Like right
Boy,
here.
bloody great. And I hit him for 6.
Yeah. Yeah. You nail him. It
I
kind
hit
of
him for
sticks
7,
in there.
I'm sorry.
Ooh, 7. Yeah. Even a little bit more. He seems a little bit more hurt than a 6.
I'm gonna launch my other one crossbody like Patrick Mahomes at this
Boom,
is the
boom.
one sitting next to him. Ooh, that's a nat 1.
Okie dokie, artichoke. Would you please roll me a d10?
Right. 10.
A 10. Clay, you whip out your hand axe as you rush up on the 2 tieflings to the right. You go across your body, you nail one. It just takes out, you see blood spurt out of his shoulder as he kind of grabs it. He looks pretty painful. You raise up your other one. You throw it straight up in the air and it comes down and falls at your feet. You feel deep shame and you have disadvantage on attacks until you land a hit or take a full turn to steal yourself.
Oh man. This is a bad start.
Yeah, so the enemy is going to go now. So they just obviously see as Clay kind of hits him and then kind of makes a fool of himself a little bit. So the guys you hit are both going to rush up on you a little peeved off, and they're going to take a couple swipes at you. So they each get 2 melee attacks, which they will use their mace for. And there we go.
Oh, man.
All right, so it looks like all 4 of them are going to, in fact, hit you. So let's go ahead and get some damage on these guys as well.
Boy, this sucks hard. David, your dice suck. Your dice suck. Your dice suck.
They're mediocre. So that's going to be 5, 9, 11, and 13 points of bludgeoning damage as both these guys just kind of rush up on you and start banging down on top of you. The guys to their left, the 3 that are sitting up here, they all kind of see the spiritual sword in between them and you guys, so they don't want to rush up. So they're going to go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say that those 4 in front are the ones that they would go for. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to go for Snickerdoodle, Aerolus, and Chase. So they're going to whip out these heavy crossbows. And all 3 of them are going to shoot at those 3 respectively. So we're going to see the first one that's shooting at Snickerdoodle, whips it out. Ching! You just see it go past Snickerdoodle's head as it strikes the brick of Stout's Brewing right behind him. The guy that's aiming for Airless, again, shoots at her, and she kind of just deftly turns to the side as it hits a barrel behind her. The third one, going for Chase, just completely miscalculates, and you see his bolt end up in the red beer sign above Stout's Brewing. All 3 of them look really ashamed of themselves as they kind of take a time to reset themselves so they feel like they have a little bit better advantage on the next attack. Now all 4 of these guards are just going to shoot in and see what happens. So at this point, you're kind of noticing one thing. You're noticing that the ones in front of you are in regular looking clothing. You can kind of assume these might be Veil operatives, while the ones coming down the road at you guys are definitely dressed like they're guards. So you're not sure which side they're on exactly.
Like city guards?
City guards, correct.
Okay.
So you see them all whip out some spears and toss them your way. So the ones that are coming down the left side are going to be throwing at Aerolus and Chase. The ones coming down the right side are going to be throwing at Snickerdoodle and Elron. And I need to do one more there. So you see these guys. The first one rears up. He launches a spear and nails Aerolus right in the wing. And that's just going to be 8 points of piercing damage, Airless, as you feel this kind of go through a chunk of flesh in your wing. The second one simultaneously throws it down towards Chase, and he completely misses, I believe. No, he hits. Armor class 13. So he throws it, and he does make contact as he hits you for 4 points of piercing damage, Chase, as he just kind of nicks your tail a little bit. Elron, you see one coming for you as well. However, it just kind of passes by you, and you hear it clatter somewhere around the barrels and the tents behind you. Finally, Snickerdoodle, you see, as you turn your head, this guard goes to toss his spear at you, and he completely trips, falls backwards. He feels deep shame, and he has disadvantage on attacks until he lands a hit or takes a full turn to steal himself.
From a distance, you hear him go like, "Yeah, it feels bad, bro. I got you." You know what it's like.
Yeah, so Snickerdoodle, you just saw all of this happen. What's going on?
How much time has passed since our last battle?
Couple hours.
Okay.
You took the time to get there, and then you were talking and playing games and whatnot. It's late afternoon.
So we leveled up. Would that reset my mage armor?
Yes, everything's reset.
Even if that lasts 8 hours from when I cast it?
Yes. It's like taking a long rest.
Okay. Alright, well, good enough. Okay, I'm just gonna aim at not the one that tripped, but the one next to him.
Okay.
And use my Eldritch Blast to start with. Yeah. And I will just... Yeah, I'm gonna use both blasts on that guard over there. That's gonna be a 1926.
Yeah, that 26 hits.
Right. It's been so long, I don't even know what a 10 dice looks like. Alright, so that is going to be 8 and 10. 18 damage.
Yeah, so Stickdoodle, you conjure up these Eldritch Blasts, you send him towards that guard, and you see him fly backwards. How does he go out?
Just as the blast hits him, that's exactly it. As he just flies just straight backward and just slams into the street. Just no movement. Pretty much as soon as that blast hit him, he just was out cold.
Just shout that guy into the wall.
He is down.
And with that, I am going to use my movement to move over here closer to the other guard that tripped and fell, and just stare deeply at him to let him know coming for him next.
You see a familiar dark stain appear around the crotch of his pants underneath his armor.
And that is my turn.
Yeah, so Chase, you see Snickerdoodle just nail one guard with 2 Eldritch Blasts. That guy hits the ground hard. He goes down as he runs up and attempt to close the distance with another guard that's to the right side. What do you got going on?
Wait, which one's down?
This one up here.
The one that's down.
Okay, I didn't know if that was the one who fell or if they were down.
Oh, he doesn't know he's muted.
Oh, I had my speaker thing off. Thank you. Yeah, so Chase is gonna be like, oh my gosh, like, you're actually trying to take out, like, the good guys? So you're working for bad guys?
Who are you talking to?
Literally, like, oh, what the fuck? Oh, I already took out the trash. Thank you.
What?
Nothing, my alarm went off, and it was for trash. Anyway, I'm kind of, like, talking, like, looking at these 5, I guess, over here, who are kind of all staring and aiming at me.
Oh, sure.
And have hit me.
Hey, man.
Does any...
Oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna say, does anyone say anything? Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, he growls and grunts, and, hey, man, we're just following orders here.
If you didn't enjoy it so much, I wouldn't do this. And I'll take a big hit off my joint, and this time I'm gonna blow it straight to the ground, almost like with a big, like, and it's gonna go straight down, and then right at these two, right where these two are, I'm gonna cast Erupting Earth.
The guards on the
Shit.
right or left.
These over here.
Yeah. So you're going for the guards coming down the left road there, left street.
Oh, I didn't want to roll it there, but I'm okay with those numbers, so that's fine. So yeah.
So what does tell me what Erupting Earth does?
Oh, did it not post the whole thing? Okay, hold on. I'll post it so people can read it, but essentially within that 20-foot cube, or that 20-foot area, it's all going to be difficult terrain, and anyone in that 20 feet takes 3d12 damage.
Damn.
Which is this thing. And that area is now difficult terrain until it's cleared.
So you see Chase use his magical joint to cast this Erupting Earth spell, and a fountain of churned earth and stone erupts in that 20-foot cube that he described. And both of these guys, you see just get caught up in
Oh,
this
they do have to do a
churning
dex saving throw. I'm sorry. Yes.
Oh,
So dex
all
saving
right.
throw of 16.
So keep that in mind as we're going through this.
Thank you.
Um,
That's why I like posting it. Okay,
so
so they
both of
both
them save.
So they
which is-
take 11 damage then.
So yeah, you see as this churning earth just something hits him in the head hard. One of them gets squished. Both of these guys go down.
Yeah, I'm looking at the other 3, the bows, and I'm like, take another hit.
Their eyes
Why-
get very wide.
Can we just stop? Like, run away, man. And we're only defending ourselves at this point. And
You
that's...
can give me a persuasion check?
I would love to. Oh, 7.
Ain't no way, man. We get paid too much money and we just enjoy killing.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's hard to argue with that.
Okay. Guys, they're not good at all. I don't feel bad anymore. Just do whatever. And then I'm just double checking I don't have any bonus actions. No. I have literally 1 bonus action. Okay. That's it.
Airless, you saw Chase cast the spell and crush these 2 guards to your right with churning earth, basically. You've got 3 tieflings directly in front of you with their crossbows aimed, and you see 2 tieflings are engaging Clay down to your left. What do you got going on? And by your left, of course, I mean Airless's left and not screen left.
Ah,
Stage
fair.
left.
Oh, jeez, not what I wanted to do. To aim for this guy next to Clay, just to the screen left of Clay.
Indeed.
Does Chase being there?
No, you've still got
affect-
line of sight on him.
Okay. Then I would love to aim for that guy with
Go
my
ahead.
handy dandy bow.
Hmm.
I got a nat 20.
Whoa!
That hit.
Yeah, so Airless, you whip out the bow, you,
So was
you
that a
know,
30
sure
something?
shot, you
Yeah.
strike him. Fantastic strike directly in the chest. How much damage?
I got an 8 plus 5, 13.
Did you
I was-
double? Did you?
Oh,
Roll
with
twice
the
and double
crit,
damage?
is it double? Yeah, okay. No, I
it's-
did not
it-
know.
Well, no,
It's
it's right.
just
We
one
change
die.
it. It's you. You get the 8, and then you get your roll.
So it
Yeah,
should
what's
be
your
21.
hit? Yeah, your damage is a D8.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it
it's
was a
8 plus
D8.
your roll.
My roll was an 8. So
Oh.
16?
All right. Airless, yeah,
Yeah.
you draw back and you let this thing fly, and it feels like a fantastic shot to you. How does this guy go down?
Ooh, because he's like aimed or like turned toward Clay. I want to go like kind of a little low on the armpit, like side, like a little below the armpit, and just and hit him. Maybe it hits his heart. I don't know enough about where your
Like a
heart
lung
is. I know
shot,
it's like in
maybe.
the
His heart
general area.
disintegrates inside of him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Airless,
just-
you don't know a whole lot about anatomy of a tiefling, but the way this guy dropped makes you think you struck him directly in his heart.
And that's what I hiss into the wind. This, I definitely have people in my way, right?
Yeah, but you can just shuffle over.
You can also
a
move.
step.
You can move.
Oh my!
can move.
What? Since when? Anyway, so I'm
Can
gonna
even fly.
Anyway, everyone, leave me alone. I'm gonna shuffle a little bit.
Hey, negative line of sight.
Look at
Hey.
me, I'm gonna shuffle, get
Sick.
some line of sight, and shoot at the other guy next to Clay. And I got a 19
Yeah, 19 strikes.
and 13 damage.
13 damage. Yeah, how does this one go down?
Ooh. This one, I'm a little more dead on, and I want it to go like in the throat. I want it to be an unfortunate, like drawn out, choking on the ground kind of thing.
Yeah, Clay, you see this happen as it's right next to you, and this poor tiefling is just on the ground once again, you know, clasping his jugular as he gurgles, and you can slowly see the light leave his eyes as you're looking down.
I'm gonna kneel down, pull out my hand takes that at his shoulder, grab the other one off the ground, and look at Airless, be like, "Boy, you could have left one for me."
Enjoy that. And that's my
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah,
End
you hear
scene.
you hear Nimble go, "Well struck, Miss Aerolith!" As he takes a step out over here, and he's going to pull out his little short bow. As he just barely kind of makes contact with the tiefling that's directly kind of in front of him next to the fountain there. And he is going to hit him for 1d6 plus 1. So that's going to be 6 points of damage as you see this little bolt just kind of go and scrape across this guy's thighs like, god damn it. That's going to be his turn. So Elrond, coming back up here, you just watched as Nimble just kind of nicked this brother over here. What do you got going on?
I'm going to cast Sacred Flame
Sacred
On-
Flame!
on this guy over here. And he's got to perform a dex... No, it's not. Yes, a dexterity save of 12.
I'm so sorry, which guy were you going for?
Not this one, right?
Oh, gotcha, yeah, the tiefling thug down there in the middle. Perfect.
Yep.
So dexterity?
Of 12.
So he's gonna get a nat 20.
So nothing.
You see him looking very resolved.
And then I'm going to use my spectral weapon over here on this guy.
You can move it up.
Yep, move it up to here. And
Yep.
I'm going to use it on this guy.
Yeah, you send your sword flying towards this tiefling, who Nimble just hit. What's it do?
I got to remember how much damage. It is 1d plus the hit dice, that's right. So does a 22 hit.
That indeed does hit.
1d8 plus 1. Give me 9 points of damage.
Yeah, so you send your spectral sword flying at this tiefling. How does it take him out?
Since this is a magic sword, I wanted to see it like cleave its like top side of his head from neck down to the armpit. I just want to cleave it right off, and the blood like slowly starts to come out. Like it takes a while for it to come out because it was so clean.
Yeah, so this thing, you all see, Clay especially, because you're the closest, you see the sword fly at this tiefling, and it kind of does a swipe through the air, and for a second you're like, did it not even fucking hit him? Before you slowly start to see blood pouring out of his armor, before his upper half just slides off, and then the rest of his body collapses to the ground.
Clay cheers is like, "Oh, that was incredible, man!"
Yeah, that's Airless. Whoop! In the background. Wait, I think I'm in your fort.
You're
right
kind of
now,
in the
but
foreground,
anyway,
yeah.
yeah.
We're gonna wake up our
I'm
kids with those
still-
cheers.
Oh my god, I am. I'm like right under all of them, and there's not insulation.
and then that'll be my turn.
Yeah, so Clay, you just witnessed
Sick
that
move.
upper half fall off. Nobody is currently surrounding you. Two guys to your left, or on the screen
Jeez.
left. One guy behind you, screen right.
Let's see.
You're welcome.
You guys still enjoying killing?
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Oh god, that was worse than no answer.
Well, yeah. To be honest with you, I was gonna go try to intimidate the guard with Snickerdoodle over here, because you guys seem to be having these guys, the tieflings, pretty much under control. But I don't like that answer. They're all cocky still. Oh, I'm gonna like grunt up to here next to the sword with Warhammer in hand, and can I intimidate them? Can I do an intimidation?
First, tell me what that intimidation looks like.
Boy, you haven't had enough. You ruined my drinking, and I'm gonna ruin your night. I don't know
All right,
why
give
I'm
me a
all
roll.
Irish. I'm very Irish.
It's
Or
great.
Scottish. Yeah, I like knowing that I'm waking up my kitties in the next room. Let's see. Wait, what was I rolling? An intimidation plus
Intimidation.
5. Yep, a 9.
So you scream at him, and you just kind of see him shrug, as he whips out a flask, takes a drink, is like, nothing ruins my drink, and you must be a fucking pussy. Anything else?
Oh, I'm gonna take a drink of my flagon. Like, all right, let's go then. And I'm gonna fire. 'Cause I can only move this far. I've moved as far as I can move. I'm gonna fire a hand axe at him.
Yeah, toss your hand axe after you take a swig.
Wait, you only moved 20 feet? What's your
Wait,
speed?
did I move? It's
You
25.
got 25.
Did I only?
Yeah, you're
Did
here.
I?
I mean,
No, he
he's
moved
still...
20. Well, now it's 25.
Nah, I
Well,
moved you 25.
yeah, that was...
I was trying to avoid the magic sword that's separating us because it just fucking cleaved a guy. So I'm a little cautious around the sword.
Oh, you can do it.
I feel like that's fair. That's smart.
You would know that it's Elrond's sword.
It's not gonna hurt me. Okay. All right.
It's
Fire
an ally.
in hand. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. I got a 15.
15 hits him.
Hell yeah.
All right. That's for 7 damage.
Yeah, so you definitely just launch this thing towards him. You nail him kind of right in the chest, kind of sticking through the armor a little bit. He definitely seems like it pierced.
Okay, I'm gonna fire my other one. Yeah, that is 16.
Yeah, once
with
again.
7 damage.
Yeah, so this time goes and kind of hits just below the other one, breaking through the armor. You see a little blood splurt out in his abdomen region as he takes another 7 points of damage.
I think that's probably my move.
Yeah, he doesn't like that very much. He is
Boy, I
not
bet you
going
don't
to.
like that much.
He's not going to run up to you.
Drinking bitch.
Because there's a sword right next to you, and that's intimidating. But he is going to go ahead and whip out his heavy crossbow. He takes a shot, flies over your head. He didn't compensate for the fact that you're shorter than he is, and he completely misses. Arrowless,
Stupid.
the one that's to your leftish, or screen leftish, is actually going to run up to you, and he is going to come down with his mace. So you see him, he's going to wind up as he brings it down on you, and he whiffs the first time as you kind of like back up, and he brings it down again, and you kind of dodge out of the way a second time. He looks awfully frustrated. Snickerdoodle, the one that is looking at you, the guard that is standing over here, again, eyes wide, pants wet, he is going to turn tail and take a dash action, and he is going to sprint down the street away from you. So he is actually completely off the map. Pretend he's completely off the map. And that is going to be the enemy's turns. Yeah, Snickerdoodle, you just watched one guy miss Clay, you saw another one come up and attack Airless, and the guy you were intimidating just turned tail and fled.
All right. Well, and I will. So I'm going to move over this way then, and let's go like, yeah, I guess right there is fine. And I'm gonna use my Eldritch Blast again, but this time I'm gonna use one blast at each of the 2 guards, one in front of Airless and the one standing.
Yeah, so we'll
Away
say
from everybody.
first roll is Airless, the second one is the one by itself. Go
Okay.
ahead and give me both rolls.
First roll is a 21, and the second roll is a 9.
A 9er, yeah. So everybody, you kind of see as Snickerdoodle runs up, he plants himself between the 2 thugs that had been attacking Clay as he hurls a beam of crackling energy. Airless, the one next to you, is struck directly in his chest. The one that's kind of by himself, you see him duck as this energy beam goes over his head. The one that got hit, what kind of damage does he take?
That is going to be 7 damage.
Yeah, so you see it, Airless, you're right next to him. You can both of you kind of see him as his energy just nails him, and he is pretty shook, right? This was a direct hit. Anything else on your turn?
That is my turn.
Yeah, so Chase, you kind of sitting in the middle of all this happening, you just witness Sigurdal unleashes Eldritch Blast at these 2 remaining tieflings over here on the left side of the screen. You did notice, of course, with your passive, that the guard that was standing back to the right side of the screen had fled. What are you doing?
Oh man, guys, I'm so annoyed because it's gonna be such a bitch. Because we're gonna have actual people after us. I didn't want to kill more like townspeople. And I'm
they
looking.
started it.
I know. And then, so these guys have both been hit then, yeah? On the left? And they're the
yes,
only
you
2 I
have-
can perceive on the map?
Correct. Yes, you have witnessed them both being hit.
And a glance around, I don't see anyone else coming. Like, looks like there's like, I don't see that there's any more people coming our way.
Not from what you can see right now. Again, you're kind of in this this open like intersection area. There's 5 streets coming down. You're not seeing anything else. You do see that the people that had like the crowded people that had been in there, they're all kind of standing back a ways down the streets. Like they saw the guards come up and they like left the area. Like they were intimidated by these guys.
So are they still
Fuck
kind of
that.
watching? Are they all still kind of watching?
They're like down the street, but they're kind of like they're watching from a safe distance. Let's put it this way: everybody that's in this world lives in this world, so they know what some spellcasters are capable of with area of effect spells. So they're keeping their distance, but they are kind of spectating a little bit. Yes.
Okay. As long as everyone, as loud as I can, as long as everyone sees that we're just protecting ourselves and the realm. All right, and then
You did the thing.
He said it.
I did
Yeah,
the-
you said the thing.
All right, and then in that case, then I'm gonna take a huge hit off my joint, and then hey, Airless, you might want to plug your nose, and I'm gonna.
I can do my best.
Yeah, I'm not gonna correct myself, and then I'm gonna cast poison spray on the one next to Airless.
Okay.
So
I'll hold my
that-
breath.
15. Okay, so it's 15 plus 8.
Is that a cone?
Yes.
So there's 2 different ones, and I will go back to the cone if you want. At one point, I went to the new version of poison spray.
Okay, no, that's fine. If it's just fine, that's fine. I was just asking to make sure.
The
yeah.
first time I ever used it, it was a cone because it was the original, but that's when 2024 stuff kicked in, and I was like, I
Sure.
like this one a little differently.
Is it more
Like,
of
I
like
can't-
a wasp spray?
Well,
Like-
instead of having a chance of having an area, it's a one-person shot.
Yeah, it's just like a ranged spell attack.
But
Oh.
but if it hits, the damage happens. Whereas the other one was an area of effect, but if they saved, nothing happened. And I was outweighing that.
Yeah.
I chose this one better. This is
Nice.
better
Okay.
for what I need.
Then mine's
like
the same way.
Yeah.
Yep, I
Yeah.
have that as well.
That's a wasp spray if I ever heard anything.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so
I
you-
have a 15 plus 8, so 23.
Yeah, you spray your toxic mist at this tiefling, and you see it envelop him.
And he takes, oh Jesus, like a whopping 7 damage.
Oof.
From 2
Um,
to 12?
Yeah, I got a 1 and a
Jeez.
6. I got a 1 and a 6.
Crushing it over there.
You see this mist, kind of like I said, it encompasses him, and it's hitting his skin. You can see like boils forming and popping and stuff like that. His armor starts deteriorating a little bit. This guy looks like he is on death's door.
Yeah, and I will say, just because I'm flavoring the smoke, right, is it will have like a green tint to it.
Of course
sure.
it will.
Yeah, for that poison. I was gonna say, I hate to say I told you so, but
Huh.
and then that's it for my turn.
All right. Airless, that brings us to you then. You just watched this guy directly in front of you get hit by this poison mist as his skin and armor start to literally deteriorate in front of you. What are you doing?
Seeing that he is on the weaker side as of this moment, I am gonna use my quarterstaff because I never really get to.
Fair enough.
Okay. So, a 25.
Hit.
Okay, and it's not this one. It's a d6. That's
Why didn't you roll it on the table in front of you? That's weird.
What?
Table right in front of you.
Oh my god, stop.
That threw me off. I was like, what do you mean?
I know, it's like I literally am. It's a 6 damage.
Yeah, so you whip out your quarterstaff and you swing at this guy. How does he go down?
Ah, yes. I want to do almost like a bitch slap motion. It's like a back across the face.
Yeah, so you just and you just like see his head spin around as you hear his neck crack, and then he slowly crumples to the ground.
Nice.
You guys look around. You do not see anybody else in your vicinity that looks like they're trying to attack you. Slowly,
Oh, did this guy go
people-
down?
Oh, and there's one person left.
There we go. So I
Finish him
have
off.
one more attack, and yeah, I'll just use my bow and just go for it. So, does a 24 hit?
You know it does.
And then 9 damage.
Yeah, so Airless, you whipped out a quarterstaff, you smacked this guy across the head, you definitely put that away as you whip back out your bow, you knock an arrow, you let it fly. How does this last one go down?
Oh, an eyeball shot. My
You
favorite.
know it has to be an eyeball
I'm
shot,
a,
yeah.
I'm a bird. You gotta go for them. Anyway, so straight through the eyeball, and it's gonna
Yes.
go like as deep into the eyeball as it can possibly go.
Yeah, it completely flies out the back of his head.
Oh, that's
you
cool.
see a scarlet streak as the blood follows the arrow as it exits the back of his skull, and now there is nobody else around that seems to be trying to fight you.
I caw victoriously. That's
I,
not a
I
caw.
wanna-
I do my best.
I want to walk up to the guy Airless just killed, pull out my hand axes, and again be like, can you leave one for me?
I want to.
And I look around the bodies everywhere, just one.
I want to step up Russell Crowe style, like gladiator over here onto like the fountain and be like, not the "Are you not entertained" version, but be like, "Hey, we're here for you," to like this entire crowd that's watching us.
But it's
Yeah,
like
they're
you
kind
help
of making their
energy.
way closer.
Yeah, and it'll be like, "Hey, we're here for you. We have some weapons in our bag. Help us, help you, and like let's take your city back. Let's take your land back. Lenore is part of you too. Like, help us, help you," and like kind of encourage
Ooh.
them to like almost start a riot in their own. I mean, kind
Yes.
of, but,
How are they
like,
reacting?
Mhm.
How's
but
he
help
doing?
them to like give them some guff too, to give them some hope. Try to at least.
Give me
They're
a
mortal
persuasion.
just like you.
Persuasion.
Give me persuasion with advantage.
with advantage.
This is,
I don't
I was gonna
know.
try to give you. I forgot guidance is touch. Why can't
Yeah.
I have blessed?
Go over there and just slap him
This
on the knee
Slaps
real
that. I
fast.
thought about it.
I will say my persuasion's actually pretty good.
Oh, that's good. Perfect.
Does an 18.
An 18. So you say this, right? You're on top. You've got some as these people kind of all start making their way through,
thaumaturgy too.
so that they could all hear you.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, we can say you retroactively
We gotta go
would
back
have
real
done
fast.
that. You
Yes.
definitely would have done that. Yeah, and you kind of see people start looking around. People start nodding a little bit. But as they do that, you hear a commotion. And coming from the street directly behind the fountain, you see a large, almost battalion of thugs kind of pouring into the street. On the side, you see guards. Their faces look a little reluctant, like they don't want to be here. And behind all of them, Snickerdoodle, you would recognize this fair blue-skinned tiefling wearing these long, luxurious robes as Vathana Blackflame. She says, "I am the High Chancellor of the Pebble. I suggest you surrender immediately, or you will be killed." And all of these tieflings that are with her unsheathe their swords, they take out their maces, right? You can tell the ones in kind of more regular clothes, these thugs that you've been dealing with, right? They're kind of smiling devilishly. But as this happens, you see the door of Stout's Brewing burst open. Storming out, Florentine and Garibaldi. Behind them, every single patron that was in that brewery, armed to the teeth. And Garibaldi and Florentine look at Vithana and they say, "If you want my grandson, you will have to take them." And they give a war cry as everybody from the brewery and everybody that you inspired around you suddenly set on this group of thugs and guards. And everybody just starts fighting each other. A huge battle erupts.
Oh shit!
Everybody please give me a perception check.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh, damn it.
Shit, that was a
That
good
was way too good of a. It was way too good of a speech. Look what you did.
I know.
Look what
27.
happened.
I got a 27.
I got a 9.
16.
I almost
17.
critted. I got a 19 plus 8. So.
I got a 24. I did crit. I feel like I'm getting crits on like weird things, but I'm here for it.
Elron, Clay, Snickerdoodle, you guys are all just kind of taken in by this sudden group effort coming from the people that are there to stick up for the Stout, stick up Snickerdoodle for your family. Aerolus and Chase, however, your keen senses note something else. You do take in this battle that is broken out, but all of a sudden, you see Vithana, this so-called High Chancellor, take flight with a pair of giant red wings and start flying south as Florentine screams you guys, "She's going to the volcano! Quick, you must get there and stop her!" And with that, we'll find out what happens next time on Amateur D&D.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna chase that bitch down. It's gonna be
I
awesome.
had to do it. I had to do the Russell Crowe moment, man.
No, it was
love
awesome.
it. That was
Hell
perfect.
yeah.
Thanks for listening to another episode of AD&D. Since we fucked around and still haven't found out, join us next time as the adventure continues.